The autumn wind is a pirate, blustering in from sea. With a rollicking song he sweeps along, swaggering boisterously. His face is weather-beaten. He wears a hooded sash, with a silver hat about his head, and a bristling black mustache. He growls as he storms the country, a villain big and bold. And the trees all shake and quiver and quake as he robs them of their gold. The autumn wind is a raider, pillaging just for fun. He'll knock you round and upside down and laugh when he's conquered and won.
Raider Nation, today we're going to be analyzing a potential trade with the New York Giants. Now, we've been mentioning in the past consistently several other trade partners that the Raiders could engage in the NFL draft, including the Patriots and Cardinals, but the Giants are another one of those teams to watch. Their GM, Joe Schoen, has said that all trade options, including trading down, is on the table. And before you guys say the Giants need a quarterback, they're not going to trade down, you little keyboard warriors in the comments, wait, because they have Daniel Jones, and they're paying him $40 million a year. And if you follow the money in the NFL, you can clearly see what an NFL team's plan is. So they can't just cut him. They owe him way too much money. So they're not going to draft a quarterback. And no matter how bad he is, he's going to be on the Giants next year. And, I feel like they're in no man's land. We're going to get into the scenarios in a little bit here, but, they have Jermaine Illuminor and Andrew Thomas at tackle. So they don't really have that big of a hole at O-line. Receiver doesn't really make the most sense with the Giants. So they're in kind of no man's land at number 6. And I think they're another one of those teams to watch. And we're going to get into the mock draft scenario here. Sean's going to get into that.
Yeah, you're right. And Raider Nation, we're going to get right into the mock draft right here. So number 1 overall, obviously consensus, Caleb Williams. Number 2, we're going to go Drake May for this mock draft sake. Number 3, Patriots, Gerard Mayo, Robert Kraft. They're in love with J.J. McCarthy. We're going to give J.J. McCarthy number 3. 4, we're going to go ahead and give Marvin Harrison for Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray gets his number 1 target, and hopefully they can win more than 4 games, unlike they did last year. And at number 5, okay, here's where it gets interesting. Keenan Allen gone to Chicago. Mike Williams gone to the Jets. So Chargers are in desperate need of a wide receiver 1. And the best guy to fit this would be one of the best receivers in the draft this year would be Malik Neighbors. Now, number 6, we got the Raiders trading up hypothetically to the number 6 pick, and Jahan will get into a couple reasons right now why.
Yeah, so on the board at number 6, I think obviously we're going to get Jayden Daniels here. That's the consensus pick. That's what Raider Nation wants. And I think, so it's interesting. I think 1 and 2 are a lock, Caleb Williams and Drake May. And I think the draft starts at number 3. It's interesting to see what the Patriots are going to be doing. No one knows what Gerard Mayo and Elliott Wolf are going to be doing at number 3. I think right now, J.J. McCarthy seems like the obvious choice. He's been trending up in the draft process. The odds are kind of saying that he's going to be that number 3 quarterback taken off the board. And if that is the case, so 4 and 5, I think 4, if you're the Cardinals, you would take Marvin Harrison to get, like you said, Kyler Murray, that weapon. Number 5 is interesting too, because if you're the Chargers, a lot of the mock draft, consensus pick has been the Vikings trading up to number 5 to get J.J. McCarthy. But if he's off the board at number 3, the Vikings are not going to trade up to number 5. And so whether it's Malik Neighbors here to help out Herbert, or it could be Joe Alt, to shore up that offensive line, Chargers can do a lot of things at number 5, but they're not going to be taking a quarterback, obviously. So that leaves us with Jayden Daniels. And I think it's interesting. He's not even the best player on the board. I think Joe Alt would be the best player on the board there. But if we want a right tackle, we would just be better suited to sit 13 and take a Fuaga or take a, Olu Fashanu at 13. There's a lot of offensive tackle talent. And I think at number 6 in this scenario, if Jayden Daniels gets out of the top 3, it's flashing lights for Telesco to trade up, because he's gonna fall. If he doesn't go to number 3, he's gonna fall to number 6, and that's gonna be the sweet spot in which the Raiders can trade up for our guy Jayden Daniels.
Yeah, Raider Nation, we will soon see what's going to happen and what the outcome will be in terms of making a move. Now, earlier today, Stefon Diggs, the all-pro wide receiver, was traded to the Houston Texans, which has made the AFC even more competitive now, with the Bills still keeping Josh Allen, and they'll always find a way to be in the playoffs. I think even still, despite losing about 10 pieces of their starters. But this just makes Houston even more dangerous. I if I'm not mistaken, Houston was a playoff team last year.
Yeah, they were the number 4 seed.
Right. So they won the division with a great coach, a great quarterback, a great offensive line, and playmakers at receiver. They got Nico Collins,
Tank Dell.
Hank Dell, who he was balled out last year. And now they got a wide receiver one in Stefon Diggs. So they're gonna be dangerous like they were just a few years ago with Deshaun Watson before the whole incident happened. And yeah, Raider Nation, share with your friends, like, comment, subscribe. We really appreciate it. We're going at an extremely fast pace, and we couldn't be happier. But let's shoot for Jayden Daniels, man. Raider Nation signing off.